Hello, good morning dear students. Welcome back to our English class. Do you remember in our last class? There we have learned doers of action and receivers of action. In doers of action, there we used I, he, she, they and we at the beginning of the sentence because these words tell us about the person who is doing the action. And in receivers of action, there we used me, him, her, them and us at the end of the sentence because they are used for the people who receive the action. So these are the things that we have learned from our last class. So today we are going to make a poem together by using some rhyming words. Rhyming words? Yes, same sound words. That also we have learned from the previous class. What are they? Yes, the same letter rhyming words and the different letters rhyming words. Can you say some examples of these same letters rhyming words? Yes, cat, bat, goat, boat, cook, hook. Right? Here all these words are having the same letters and the same sound. Then what about these different letters rhyming word? Yes, here door, 4, 2, shoe and 8, skate. So here all these words are having the different letters but same sound. So like this way, let's make a poem together by using the rhyming words. As we have read the poem, something new. You have read it now? I told you not to read that poem twice in 2 times. Have you read that? Yes, I know that you all are very good children. So this poem, something new, it was a silly poem, right? Why it was a silly poem? Because a child was there and he is doing the things, those were very funny. Like he is combing his hair with a spoon, laughing with his nose and he is writing with his toes. So like this way, let's make a poem. So dears, before going to start our activity, I want to explain the meaning of stanza. What is the word? Stanza. S-T-A-N-Z-A. The word stanza. What is the meaning of stanza? Dears, you know, the poem always written in line by line, in four lines. So these 4 lines are called stanza. See our poem, something new. Here, there is fun to be had in doing a new thing. Be a little silly, give your day some zing. So here these 4 lines are called stanza. So this is the first stanza of this poem. Like this way, this is another stanza because here having another 4 lines. This is the next stanza. Likewise, how many stanzas can you see here? Okay, let's note down. Dears, please take out your pencil and let's note out that stanzas. So here this is, I told you now already, this is the first number 1. This is number 1, first stanza. And this is another 4 line. So let's put it number 2 there. So this is second stanza, then 3. Likewise, you can do it, okay? Then this is 4. Then this is 5. So how many stanzas are here? Here there are 5 stanzas. So stanzas means 4 lines. But what about the story? Yes, it is written in a paragraph. You know, we wrote one paragraph about your favorite festival in 4 or 5 sentences. Do you remember that? Okay, then what about the story Ben's Christmas Wish? Here it is written in a paragraph, right? So the story is written in a paragraph and the poems are always written in stanzas. So now let's make a silly poem like this.
Dears, look at this poem. I have written here, there is fun to be had in eating a big cake. Be a little silly, throw it in the lake. So, which are the rhyming words here? Have you noticed the rhyming words? Yes, like cake and lake. So these are the rhyming words. So by using these rhyming words, I have made this stanza. So this is how I have written this poem. Now what will you do here? You will complete this poem by filling these blanks. Here dash ing dash and be a little silly dash. So here you have to complete the second and the third stanza of this poem.
So dears, just now I have shown this same poem on the paper. So let's read this line. There is fun to be had in eating a big cake. Be a little silly and throw it in the lake. So this is the first stanza of the poem. This is the first stanza of the poem. As I told you the stanza, that stanza having 4 lines. How many lines? 4 lines. So this is number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then how many rhyming words can you see here? Yes, there are 2 rhyming words, right? What are they? They are this cake and lake. So cake and lake, these are the rhyming words. So what will you do now? Here you have to complete the second stanza and the third stanza of the poem by using the rhyming words. So which one is the second stanza? This is number 2. This is second stanza and this is third stanza. So you have to complete this second and third stanza. So how we will complete this second stanza? Here you will think about, you have to think about one more thing, like that boy, he's combing his hair, laughing with his nose, like that you have to think about some things like that. And after that you have to think about some rhyming words related to that thing. Then let's add that rhyming words into this line. Okay, so for example, here I am taking the word apple. Okay. Here, ma'am taking the word apple. A-P-P-L-E. Then what we have to do now? Then we have to find out one rhyming pair for this word apple. So do you get any word for this apple? A rhyming pair? Okay. Here ma'am taking the word maple. Okay. So apple and maple. Then now ma'am going to use these 2 rhyming words in this stanza. Okay, I am going to read this rhyming words in this stanza. See how the lines will become. So here apple, there is fun to be had in dash. So in eating. Okay, in eating an apple. In eating an apple, be a little silly about this maple. So we can make a sentence with this maple, like by sitting on the maple. Okay, so here there is fun to be had in eating an apple. Be a little silly by sitting on the maple. What I have done here? Yes, ma'am, I have taken 2 words. What are they? These 2 rhyming words. Then I have taken the first word apple. Then I made a rhyming pair for this. It is maple. And by using this rhyming word, I have completed this second stanza. So like this way, you have to think about one more word and find out a rhyming pair for it. Then at last, you have to complete this stanza. So here ma'am taking the word bench. Okay. Here ma'am taking the word bench. Then what is the next step? Have to find out one rhyming word for this word. Do you get any word for this munch? Any rhyming pair do you get? Okay. I got one word. It is munch. Okay. So here we are going to take these two rhyming words into this line. See, let's see what will happen. So, there is fun to be had in sitting on the bench. Okay. In sitting on the bench. Be a little silly by eating a crunchy munch. Wow, what a line it is, right? Okay, so let's write by eating a crunchy munch. Crunchy munch. It is related to me. I like to have these type of crunchy munch by sitting on the bench. This way, you have to find out one more word and add. Okay, before that, you have to think about some things. And let's make one word for that. After that, make a rhyming pair and add those two rhyming words. We can make sentences. We can make a poem. So, this how you will complete this stanza. You will complete this poem. And after completing our poem, after completing these sentences, we have to do one more thing. What is that? It is about the title, the name of your poem, the name of our poem. So we want to find out a silly, a funny title for this poem. So how can we make a funny title for this poem? Just think about that. Okay. See, here I have given a funny title, a silly title for my poem. It is Eating Crunchy Munch. Do you like this title? I like this title very much because I like this line, this crunchy munch. So like this way, after completing the poem, you have to find out one silly, funny title like our something new, right? As the previous poem that you have read now, what was the title for that poem? That was something new. Like that way, you have to find out one title. Then see, this is a silly poem. Am I right? Then how do we make our poem silly? Yes, we made our poem silly by imagining something, by imagining the things that cannot, that don't happen in our life, right? Some things it may be happens, it is good for us, but some things it may not be possible. So these imagining some things, and after by adding, by using the rhyming words, we can make our poem more funny, more silly. Okay, then what about the rhyming words? How did they help us? Did they help us? Yes, that rhyming words help us very much. By using that rhyming words, we can make sentences easily. Okay, then let's move to the case of poem and story. What about this poem and story? Are they same? Or are they different? Say yes or no. Are they different, this poem and story? Yes, we have learned now that poem that has a shorter lines than a story. So let's write that poems they are generally shorter than a story, isn't it? Yes, it is shorter than a story, and that have a rhythm, right? Because of the rhyming words that have a rhythm. So we can write that have a rhythm, that have a tune. Then one new thing we learn, no? We have learned one more thing. At the beginning of our class, I told you one word, no? What was that? It is stanza. So the poems are divided into stanza. So let's write it. That is divided into smaller stanzas, and at last, because of this rhythm, this poem can also be sung like a song. So it can be sung like a song. And one more thing is there, in our story that has beginning, middle, end is there, right? But in the case of poem that don't have beginning, middle, end like this story. So dears, now it's our workbook time. Please take page number 34. It is writing a silly poem. Write 6 rhyming words you will use in your poem. So here you have to find out 6 rhyming words and use that rhyming words to write your own poem. So by using that rhyming words, here you have to write a poem, a silly poem. Okay, so how can we do this? First of all, we have to think about some things, and after that, let's make some rhyming words related to that thing. For example, ma'am going to write a poem about my birthday celebration. Okay, so here I took a thing. What is that? It is my birthday. About my birthday, I am going to make a poem. After that, I want to take some rhyming words related to my birthday celebration. So let's take the word here. Ma'am going to take the word make. Okay, then after what we will do is we have to find out some rhyming words, some rhyming pair for this word make. Just think about that. You get any rhyming pair for this word make? Yes, here I got bake, then shake, then yes, lake. Okay, so now here we have some rhyming words. So let's make a poem by using these rhyming words. So how can we make? Yes, we can start. On my birthday celebration, my mother bakes a cake, I make an ice cream, my father takes us to the lake. So like this way, if we are using the sentence, we can make a poem. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So then let's move to our textbook. There is page number 24. 2 questions are remaining, right? What are they? They are number 7 and 8. Number 7, making words. There are some letters are given. So by using these letters, you have to make out maximum. You have to find out maximum number of words. What are the letters? That are I, K, T, N, H, N, G and I. So these are the letters. So how can we make the words? As we have did from the word game, there we have found some words like it, then in, then add ing, then like this way. I mean, you have to find out first 2 letter, 3 letter and 4 likewise. You have to find out the word and at last find out the biggest word by using these letters. There is that B question, circle the words that have the th sound. The TH, the letters T and H that together makes the sound th. So what are the words that you are getting with the sound of T and H? You have to circle out those words. Then last question, how is a poem different from a story? How is a poem different from a story? Are they different, right? Is the poem that has shorter lines than a story and also that poem has a rhythm. So like this way you can complete this question answers. From today's class we have learned how to make a poem by using rhyming words. So I hope this is clear to you. Then we will meet in the next class. Till then, bye-bye.